It's time to take the VDL CITEA out on the road. For the very first time, it's a privilege for me to introduce a video where we are able to test drive the next generation of the VDL CITEA. And here we are in Czech Republic. The event is Bus Eurotest 2024, and we will for the first time drive this next generation of the bus, and I'm very excited. Don't forget to also follow us on social medias. We have a lot of great Instagram stories for you to come up on this video. I'm behind the steering wheel of the next generation of the VDL CITEA, and I'm so excited. It's the first time, and we have seen this vehicle now for almost 2 years, but this is the first time I'm behind the wheels on the bus. So first of all, I need to fasten my seat belt, which is not here. Okay, so this is a European mixed and oh, it feels so naked driving without the seat belt. I cannot understand that there is people around in Europe driving without. How do you feel about driving without the seatbelt? Make a comment down below, because I feel absolutely naked, and if something happened, it's not very hard to attach the seatbelt. It will save your life. Let's see what we have here. To my right, we have the kneeling function. I have the emergency blinker, door buttons 1 and 2. And to the left, we have some simple buttons. We have the start and stop ignition key. We have climate system, lightning switches inside, outside. Here we have an electric handbrake down to my left knee. And here's also the transmission. You can take it into drive, neutral, or reverse. But look what's happening right now. Here, I can adjust the dashboard. Wonderful, I can take it in and I can take it out. And look what's happened now. I can adjust the steering wheel separately. This is a dream coming true. This is what I'm complaining about in all city buses. And look now, the steering wheel is independent. VDL, thank you for this. This makes me just want to cuddle the bus, take it home. Very nice. What I don't like is this driver door that I just had to close, but that's also a specification. You don't need that. I think it's time to put this vehicle into drive, but I don't need to release the handbrake here. Now it's activated. I just pull the throttle. I like this vehicle. And so light steering. And we were just in the opening of the brand new CITEA factory in Belgium. They moved, or not the whole production, but they moved the CITEA production down to Belgium, to the city of Roeselare, where they can produce very many vehicles every year, both the 12 meters and also the articulated. But they still have production back in the Netherlands, and there they will produce the coaches and also some units of the CITEA. We were a bit disappointed when VDL were releasing this bus, because they just invited us down to InnoTrans, the fair in Germany, and we could look at it there. And all of us were like, we want to drive it, we want to touch it, we want to see it, because we knew that this bus had this great dashboard where you could independently change and adjust everything. But now I'm really excited to say that I'm driving a city bus where I'm not touching my knees to the dashboard, because I'm able to lift the dashboard in the height I want, and then I can also adjust the steering wheel so it's still in a comfortable position. And now I just did a little breakdown, and if I push the brake pedal on this bus, the 31st% when I push the brake pedal is rechargeable or regenerative brake power, and after that it's good old-fashioned brakes that kicks in. And you also have the retarder here to my right. I didn't try it yet, but I'm very sure I will try it in the first possible time. To the left here we have the blinker, we also have the window wiper. You can adjust how big speed you want for it, if you want intervals or just make it run all the time. But we have sunshine today, so I don't have to try them at all. Digital mirrors. On top we have the wide angle mirror, And down we do have the standing mirror, just like a regular bus mirror. But normally when we see digital mirrors, it's opposite somehow. The wide angle is down and the standing mirror is on top. So it's a little bit different. We also have the 2 yellow stripes. They're indicating the back of the bus and also the rear axle. And I get almost sentimental when I take a look to my left here. Look what I see. Big side window. And if you have followed this channel for a while, I think you start knowing that I like a big side window. I eliminate blind spots and I get more light into my driver compartment. It just feels like a better and safer environment to be in. And one other thing that improved my view from my point of view here is that the A-pillar is very slim. And I like that because normally the A-pillar might take away some sight. And now with the digital mirrors, you can even lose more of the vision, but it's lifted quite high. And to my right, it's also a bit higher actually. It's a tiny bit higher to my right. That is strange, but it's centered quite a lot, so I don't have to lean my head everywhere. And all the way where I'm supposed to have my normal mirror if I had a bus with this classic mirrors, there we have this wide angle that shows me the front of the bus. So that's very good. We are now driving the CITEA Next Generation, and this is a 12.2 meter long bus and it has a height of 3.2 meters. This particular vehicle have 1+2 door solution, but even though we only have 1 door in the front, it's still a wide door. It's almost as wide as the normal double door, because here you have some extra glass, so I don't get a pillar, so I don't lose any vision that I need to see. So when I sit here and I turn my head to the right, I see 90 degrees straight out, and that is actually very good. A lot of glass. Also keep the lighting inside, just like I talked about with the big side window. So they have really thought about the view from the driver's perspective. Very good. And the bus is very powerful. It has 490 kilowatt hours and is 5 batteries down in the floor, and 3 of them are sitting in the roof. So we have 8 battery packs in the bus. And I feel when I push the throttle, you have responsive throttle, you have good effect. It's not uncomfortable. And in this bus is a central placed engine in a standard axle, and this is a low entry bus. So that means that you have a flat floor in the front part of the bus, but in the back you're seated a little bit higher to make a more comfortable ride if you're driving for a further distance. And now I will test out the retarder. Oh, a good retarder can really make me feel good. And if I just release the throttle, it's just like driving a diesel vehicle. Very comfortable to drive. And if I want to drive it like a one pedal system, I just put on the retarder, and when I release the throttle, you will start braking immediately or regenerating. And some drivers, they really want to regenerate and just push that brake pedal all the time or try to do the retarder every time. But if you're just rolling, it's more efficient because you can never ever gain more than 70% regeneration. But just by rolling, much more smoother drive, and you will also keep the batteries longer lasting. I'm quite sure that when VDL made this bus, they really thought about the passenger, not only the driver, but also the passenger. Look at this spacious, light, beautiful interior. The seats are the most comfortable seats I probably ever have been sitting in a city bus like this. And the ceiling is in wood, and you have these big LED lights that will give you a light and spacious environment. And under the windows you have this LED, VDL called them for mood lights, where you can change all the rainbow colors. It looks just brilliant, especially after dark. So everything here is just wonderful inside. I really like being a passenger here. And in the back part of the bus, you can actually stand there with 190 of height. So there is also a very fun solution in the back, because you have only this cassette where the 2 first seats on the high floor level is placed on, and the rest is a flat floor, so it's very easy to clean. The only thing that is a little bit sad with this cassette is that if you're seated behind those 2 seats, you only see the back of the people you're sitting in front of. There is not possible to see further ahead in the vehicle. And there is one thing I have to complain about, because I was a passenger before I was driving the bus in this light and spacious and modern looking cabin of the passengers, and it's too much noise from the drive axle. I'm sorry guys, I'm not satisfied with that at all. It's very silent here in the front, but when you're seated above the rear axle or below, it feels like I'm in another vehicle. It's noisy, cracks in the plastic, and you feel like, why? Because everything else is so good. Why do you need to have all that sound from the rear axle? So I'm not sure if it's the isolation or if it's just the axle that makes too much noise in general, but this is the only thing I can take away from the pride of this next generation CITEA, because it's so good in every other matter, but the sound level is too high for me as a passenger in the back of the bus. So sorry. I'm just so happy to finally be behind the steering wheel of the brand new, or not even brand new because they didn't show it to us before 2 years later, but for me, brand new next generation of CITEA. And I'm just also very happy that VDL is doing the production in Europe, in Central Europe. Everyone else goes to the east or goes down to the south or move even out of Europe. VDL shows a very strong position in European bus manufacturing, and they are keeping the production in the western part of Europe. They keep the pride, they keep their employees, they keep very happy customers, and a short way from the customers till where the buses are rolling. These buses are present in Belgium, they are present in the Netherlands. It's easy to not only go to the workshop, but take the bus back to the factory if anything would happen. I am absolutely in love with the steering wheel. I love the display, very simple, very clean. You have every information you need, not more. And you have great big side window. Even though you have a single door, I really admire that you have enough space and light to see everything you need. Good mirrors, I don't see any lag. I like everything I see here. But there is only one thing I have to complain about here, and that is the sound from the rear axle. We hope that this particular bus have just an issue or a problem, so I really hope that VDL will invite us down to the factory once more, and then for a test drive, not only to see the factory, and then we would like to test drive the articulated version of the bus. Thank you so much for watching the video here today, and if you like what you see, click down here. The button is called subscribe, and then you will see all the future videos from us here in Bussmagasinet. Until next time, drive safely and have a great day.